I never answer to no, man, I still go. Go, 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 go.
Brian Giles with Brian Giles MTG, and we're back with more Duskmourn spoilers. Starting our list off with another special guest in Unholy Heat. Single red mana for an instant that reads, Unholy Heat deals 2 damage to target creature or planeswalker. Has Delirium. Unholy Heat deals 6 damage instead if there are 4 or more card types among cards in your graveyard. Absolute flavor win with a set that's dealing with a lot of delirium. And our last special guest is Noxious Revival. A green Phyrexian mana, which means it can be paid with either 2 green mana or 2 life. For an instant that reads, put target card from a graveyard on top of its owner's library. Well, with all the graveyard shenanigans, this card is an absolute win for that particular reason. Next up, we have an interesting rare land cycle. So, Flood Farm Verge is a land. You can tap it to add a white mana, or tap it to add a blue mana. Activate only if you control plains or an island. And this will be for all the next 5 lands, or 4 lands. So one you can tap automatically. So Gloom Lake Verge, you can tap for a blue, but in order to get a black, you need to have control an island or a swamp. Blazemire Verge, tap to add a black, or to add a red, you need to have a swamp or a mountain. Hushwood Verge, you can tap to add a green, or tap it to add a white, but you have to have a forest or plains. So I guess we're going to call these the Verge Lands. Now, there's only 4 of them right now, so we're going to get a 5th one sometime soon, I would imagine. Patchwork Beastie. Green mana for 3/3 beast. Patchwork Beastie has Delirium. Patchwork Beastie can attack or block unless there are 4 more card types among cards in your graveyard. Beginning of your upkeep, you may mill a card. So again, with the graveyard love type of thing. We have another Fear card in Fear of Imposters. 2 blue mana for a 3/2 enchantment creature nightmare with flash. Fears of Imposters enters, counter target spell. Its controller manifests dread. Oh, so it's a counter spell on a body. That's kind of cool. The person you counter the spell for, they get a 2/2 creature. But I'm okay. That's kind of an interesting counter spell. We have Leyline of Transformation, 2 blue and 2 for enchantment reads this Leyline of Transformation in your opening hand. Begin with the game with it on the. They begin the game with it on the battlefield. As it enters, choose a creature type. Creatures you control are the chosen type in addition to their other types. Same is true for creature spells you control and creature cards you own that aren't on the battlefield. That's interesting, especially if you're playing in a tribal deck and you're playing cards, you have cards that aren't in your tribe that are part of that deck. This is going to be an interesting card to look out for. Okay, we have Ghostly Keybearer. That sounds ominous. A blue and 3 for a 3/3 spirit with flying. Whenever Ghostly Keybearer deals combat damage to player, unlock a locked door of up to one target room you control. Oh, that's what I thought. So you get to put a room down. You don't have to pay the mana cost for unlocking the room. Ooh, and that can help with that win con that we talked about in the last video. How nice! This is another creature to be on the lookout for this set. Now we have another room enchantment in Funeral Room and Awakening Hall. Funeral Room is in the enchantment room. Whenever a creature you control dies, each opponent loses a life and you gain a life. That's always fun. Awakening Hall is a beefy 2 black and 6. The Funeral Room is a black and 2 to open up that side. Awakening Hall is 2 black and 6. When you unlock this door, turn all creature cards from your graveyard to the battlefield. Ew. And with the one that you just had, you can unlock that for free when it deals combat damage. That's nasty. Oh, yeah. We're going to have some shenanigans go on with this set. Hoo-haw. Next up, we have Head Shredder. So, 2 blue and 2 for a 5/5 artifact vehicle. Whenever Head Shredder attacks, you may mill 2 cards. Whenever one or more land cards are put into the graveyard from your library, put them onto the battlefield tapped. Crew it for 1. Ew, that's nasty. God, in a landfall deck? God, that's disturbing. It only crews for 1. A 5/5 for 4 that crews for 1 and has mill and landfall shenanigans. That's just ugly. Next up we have Balustrade Worm. 2 green and 3 for a 5/5 worm. This spell can't be countered. Ew. It has trample and haste. And delirium for 2 blue and 2 green and 2. Return Balustrade Worm from the graveyard to the battlefield with a finality counter on it. Activate only if there are 4 or more card types among cards in your graveyard and only as a sorcery. Wow, that's some. This guy is fun. Hoo-haw. Trample, hasty 5/5 for 5. That can come back with some delirium action. That's and it can't be countered. That's all the way in my book, all the way, all the way. Hoo-ha. So we have bottomless pool and locker room. So bottomless pool is a blue mana as part of an enchantment room. When you unlock this door, return one target creature to its owner's hand. Locker room is a blue and 4. When one or more creatures you control deal combat damage to a player, draw a card. Okay, somebody put the high school pool in a Magic card. Hoo-ha. Next up, we have bargaining with traders. A red and 1 for an instant that reads, as additional cost to cast this spell, sacrifice a creature, enchantment, or pay 2 generic. It deals 5 damage to target creatures. That creature would die this turn. Exile it instead. Okay, some additional cost shenanigans that I'm not unopposed to. Some 5 damage and exiling instead of removing. I'm not unopposed to this card. This is very red. So, because it's been sitting for a while, let's... Hey, howdy, we got more going on here. Okay, so we got a Cult Healer. So a white and 2 for a 3 human doctor with Eerie. Whenever an enchantment you control enters, and whenever you fully unlock a room, Cult Healer gains lifelink until end of turn. Okay. Next up, we have Savior of the Small. So for a white and 3, we get a 3/4 Core Survivor, which is one of the things that was mentioned in the Rosewater spoilers. So it has Survivor at the beginning of your second main phase. If Savior of the Small is tapped, turn target creature card with mana value 3 or less from your graveyard to your hand. Okay. Okay. Next up, we have Trapped in the Screen. The white and 2 for an enchantment that reads, has Ward 2, Trapped in the Screen enters, exile target artifact, creature, or enchantment an opponent controls until trapped in the screen and leaves the battlefield. So it's an imprison effect. Hoo-ha. Not bad. And it has Ward 2. So it's a bit harder to get rid of. Not bad at all. Stalked Researcher. A blue and 1 for a 3/3 human wizard with Defender. Has Eerie whenever an enchantment you control enters or you fully unlock a room. Stalked Researcher can attack this turn as though it didn't have Defender. Draft chaff there, but interesting. Next up, we have another Fear card in Fear of the Dark. You. Black and 4 for a 5/5 enchantment creature nightmare. Whenever Fear of the Dark attacks, defending player controls no glimmer creatures. Gains Menace and Death Touch till end of turn. Oh, that's going to be a bit fun. So next up we have another room enchantment. So first up we have Glassworks and Shattered Yard. Glassworks is when you unlock this door, this room deals 4 damage to target creature opponent controls for a red and 2. Okay, not bad. Shattered Yard is a red and 4. Beginning your end step, this room deals 1 damage to each opponent. Oh, that sounds like fun in a commander deck. We have Untimely Malfunction. A red and 1 for instant read. Choose 1. For a target artifact, change the target of a target spell or ability with a single target. Or 1 or 2 target creatures can block this turn. Okay, that's interesting. And we have another one of everybody's favorite fear in Vicious Clown. A red and 2 for 2/3 human clown. Whenever another creature you control with power 2 or less enters, Vicious Clown gets +2/+0 until end of turn. Yucky. Fear of clowns. Spineseeker Centipede. Green and 2 for a 2/1 insect. When it enters, search your library for a basic land card, put it into your hand, and shuffle. Has Delirium when Spineseeker Centipede gets +1/+2, and has Vigilance as long as there are 4 more types among 4 more card types among cards in your graveyard. So yeah. 3/3 Vigilance with some extra cards in your graveyard. Hoo-ha. Threats around every corner. So for a green and 3, you get an enchantment that reads, when threats around every corner enters, Manifest Dread. Whenever a face-down permanent you control enters, search your library for a basic land card, put on some battlefield taps, then shuffle. Okay. This can definitely work in some land shenanigans deck. Yahoo! We have Insidious Fungus, green mana for a 1/2 fungus. You pay 2 generic Insidious Fungus. Sacrifice the Insidious Fungus. Choose 1. Destroy target artifact. Destroy target enchantment. Draw a card, then you may put a land card from your hand onto the battlefield tapped. Ooh, that's all the way fun. I'm not unopposed to any of that. You've got a body and you've got a wide selection of things you can do, including card draw and some land shenanigans. Ho-ha! Okay, we got Cursed Windbreaker. A blue and 2 for artifact equipment. When Cursed Windbreaker enters, Manifest Dread, then attach Cursed Windbreaker to that creature. Equipped creature has flying, and you can switch it around for 3. Okay, so you can got a 2/2 with flying. Okay, that's an interesting little shenanigans going on there. Hoo-ha. Then we have Haunted Screen, 3 mana for an artifact. It reads, tap it to add a white or a black, or tap it and pay 1 life to add a green, a blue, or a red, or pay 7, put 7+1/+1 counters on Haunted Screen and becomes a 0/0 spirit creature in addition to its other types, activate only once. Wow! This thing is a mana fixer beyond belief. This is a card that I will see go. This is going to go places. I mean, 3 mana for a mana rock isn't bad, but this is like a Wooburg land that really only costs you 1 life if you're going to use green, blue, or red. So you always got to pay extra for your color TV. But everyone had a black and white back in the day. That's what they're troping on. And then it becomes if you have the 7 mana, it becomes a 7/7 spirit creature. This will fit in a variety of decks. Hoo-ha. I love this card. Then we have Attack in the Box. So it's a 3 mana for a 2/4 artifact creature toy. Whenever Attack in the Box attacks, you may have it get +4/+0 till end of turn. If you do, sacrifice at the beginning of the next end step. So it can get bigger, but then you lose it. But if you have some artifact shenanigans go on, this could be an interesting little thing to have in an artifact build. Hoo-ha! Well, we're at 22 minutes. We're going to say we got some interesting cards here at the end, and I'm really, really looking forward to drafting this set. This set looks so fun, so creepy, and absolutely it's going to be a blast. Hoo-ha. We'll see you on the next video.